KOCT, its board of directors, staff, and the City of Oceanside do not support nor promote any candidates. We provide the following program as a public service for voters. All candidates have been invited to participate in this program, but not all were able to or chose to do so.
Hi, I'm Oceanside Deputy Mayor Ryan Keim, and I'm running to be the next mayor of Oceanside. I am an experienced and proven leader who has served you on our city council since 2019 and as deputy mayor the last 4 years. I was raised in Oceanside and always knew I wanted to spend my life here. I graduated from Cal State San Marcos and had the opportunity to become an Oceanside police officer. I served in the community policing and gang units before I was injured on duty taking a violent suspect into custody. I then joined the San Diego County Sheriff's Department command staff as a lead spokesperson and public affairs director in one of the largest sheriff's departments in the country. My wife is also in public service as a school-based occupational therapist, and we raise our young daughter in Ocean Hills. As your deputy mayor, it has been my priority to make Oceanside the safest and most enjoyable coastal city in California. To make that happen, I have focused on common sense policies and led efforts that reduce crime, delivered balanced budgets, protected the environment and beaches, and improved the overall quality of life in our city. These are not just broad statements you hear during elections, but tangible actions I have taken with the support of my fellow elected officials and city staff. I initiated the first real sand restoration project in decades that will save our beaches and act as a model for cities throughout the state. I eliminated the unfair vehicle mileage tax that would have punished Oceanside drivers. I established a program that will prioritize local Oceanside residents when any affordable housing units are for sale and built supportive housing for our seniors and veterans. We created a Hire Local program in partnership with MiraCosta College to assist Oceanside residents with vocational programs and grants and then connect them to Oceanside employers. I authored and implemented a plan to address crime, including human trafficking at budget motels in our city. We also passed the city's first climate action plan and set attainable goals to protect our environment. As your mayor, I will confront the homeless crisis and the crime associated with it head-on with a compassionate but tough two-pronged approach, which allows us to provide critical services to those that will accept them while simultaneously enforcing our laws and ensuring our citizens feel safe wherever they are in the city. I will protect taxpayer money by providing essential city services in the most efficient and responsible manner possible and ensure that emergency reserves are always in place and funded properly. I will preserve Oceanside's unique character in neighborhoods by fighting for local control from Sacramento to ensure any development is consistent with our general plan and climate action plan, but is also affordable so our children can raise their families here as well. I will continue to make sure our seniors and veterans receive the services they deserve and always have a voice. Now, more than ever, it is critical that we have experienced and steady leadership with the ability to compromise and work together to solve problems. I am honored to have the support of a diverse group of community members, elected leaders, and organizations, including the Oceanside Police Officers Association, the Deputy District Attorneys Association, the Oceanside Chamber of Commerce, Supervisor Jim Desmond, and the mayors of Vista, San Marcos, and Escondido. I would be honored to have your vote to lead Oceanside as our next mayor. Thank you for your time, and if you would like more information, please visit my website at ryanckime.com.
Hi, I am Oceanside Mayor Esther Sanchez, the first woman mayor of Oceanside. I am running for re-election as the people's mayor. I am running to take back local control, starting at City Hall. Born and raised in Oceanside, part of a multi-generational Oceansider family, graduating from Oceanside High, I then earned a BA in urban planning before becoming an attorney and working as a deputy public defender for 20 years. You elected me to be your voice, the voice of the people, speaking up on behalf of neighborhoods and businesses who felt disenfranchised and not being heard. For the last 5.5 years, my opponent has enjoyed leading a high-density, developer-controlled supermajority on the council, while I have been the lone voice for the people. I am the champion for preserving our farmland and open space. I voted against the North River Farms 585-home project, organized the referendum, and worked with others to get it on the ballot. We, the people, won by over 67% of the vote, but the council majority voted to support the developer. For years, I have championed a homeless shelter and for more services to address the city's unhoused. I advocated for the city to buy the Ocean Shores property for the shelter. I supported staff's recommendation for Interfaith to be picked as the operator, an experienced nonprofit already working with the city on addressing our homeless. Unfortunately, I was outvoted, as the council majority did not want to have to pay too much money for a shelter program. Unfortunately, the program then was delayed for over 2 years, causing the city to use a voucher program. I have been fighting to get sand on our beaches for 20 years. I pushed to raise our hotel tax to pay for sand on our beaches every year, above and beyond the annual dredging. Unfortunately, I have not had support from other council members. I voted to set aside the $5 million for sand. And yet, $5 million and 3 years later, we do not have not even 1 grain of sand on our beach. The majority council, led by Mr. Keim, initially squandered funds and time on a dead-on-arrival plan for groins, immediately opposed by other cities. I urge that we think outside of the box. Staff listened to me, came back with a science-based solution through Rebeach. With that, I worked hard to fix the mess created by Mr. Keim and his majority. I reached out to North Coastal cities for support. I also invited the California Coastal Commission to meet in Oceanside and gave them a tour. Due to my leadership, I was able to turn around a really bad situation. We are in the worst affordable, attainable housing crisis that we have ever seen. We lost housing stock via the council's delay in addressing short-term vacation rentals. In 2019, I tried pushing a cap to give the city a chance to study the impacts to our communities. I could not get support from any council member, including Mr. Keim. I pushed city staff to buy the former Evergreen land when a charter school was considering that site. Now, we are being threatened with over 900 homes on that site to add to the already congested and uncontrolled traffic issues on Oceanside Boulevard. Mr. Keim has a welcome mat rolled out for developers, and this is bringing uncontrollable traffic and parking issues, making residents feel unsafe. This is impacting safe routes to schools and putting tremendous pressure on the general fund. Developers should be paying for their own impacts. We need to build transitional housing for our homeless, affordable, attainable housing for our families, and bring more livable wage jobs to Oceanside. We need to dedicate El Corazon as parkland so that we don't lose any more land to luxury housing. It's time for a new people's majority with a mayor you rely on, built on years of trust, with a vision of economic and environmental sustainability, quality of life for all, and the institutional knowledge and record of getting things done. Let's take back local control. Vote yes for Esther for Oceanside Mayor. YesForEsther.com. Thank you.